two active coaches to win a pair of Super Bowls. The other on the opposite sideline, you just heard from him, Jimmy Johnson. The Dolphins will receive the opening kickoff from John Hall, who has done a great job with kicking the ball deep this year. John Avery back with Brock Marion waiting at the goal line for the Dolphins. We are underway from Miami. A low line drive kick. Avery cuts it outside to the 30. Here's Miami's offense. Dan Marino with a shot at 3,000 yards. It would be his 13th, another record in his collection. Abdul-Jabbar is approaching his second 1,000-yard season. McDuffie, now fourth in the AFC in catches, has been on fire the last 5 weeks. Problems up front with multiple injuries. Webb far from 100%. Box starts for Dixon, who is out. Donnelly had knee surgery just 2 weeks ago. Their job will be to protect Dan Marino. Marino wants to throw on first down. Deep down the middle, overthrown, intended for Oronde Gadsden. The Jets defense has been stingy. Ferguson, a 7th-round pick last year, has been a wonderful surprise. 3rd on the team in tackles. At linebacker, Lewis is physical, athletic, and a great tackler. Cox has taken over as a starter. He's 2nd on the club with 5 sacks. With Aaron Glenn hurt, Ray Mickens will start at the corner. Green, the leading tackler, and is terrific in run support. Brian Cox, the 3-time Pro Bowler for the Miami Dolphins, facing his old teammates. Nice fake by Marino down the middle and through the hands of Nate Jaquette. Jaquette is by far their fastest receiver. He got behind the secondary and it dropped right through.
But Michael, he also hasn't played very much with Dan Marino. You see the play action fake. He comes in like he's going to block the safety, and then he just turns up the field. Now he's looking, he just loses sight of the ball. He doesn't get his head around quick enough to try and find the ball. That is going to have to be something that all the Dolphins receivers are going to have to concentrate on, because Danny's going to get it out to him in a hurry.
If he can't catch that one, he isn't going to get a chance to play with Marino more often. Lamar Thomas checks in as a 4th wide receiver on 3rd and 10. Blitz coming. Marino unloads underneath McDuffie. He'll be stopped shy of the first down as you see him come up about a yard shy of the gold 1st and 10 line.
Michael, I said Marino to go deep to the wide receivers, but I didn't know he was going to go that soon.
Well, you thought he'd just go outside instead of outside-inside.
Wow.
Klaus Wilmsmeyer is on to kick to Leon Johnson, who waits back at his 15-yard line. Johnson will play some from scrimmage tonight as well. Wilmsmeyer gets it out of there. Johnson comes racing up on a short kick and brings it back 7 yards after taking a 36-yard punt. The Jets offense led by Vinny Testaverde, having the season of his career. The 3rd-rated passer in the NFL, 22 touchdown passes, only 5 picks. Plenty of weapons. Martin, 4th in the conference in rushing. Johnson and Crabette both in the top 10 in receiving. Up front, Mawai has made a big difference. One of the top centers in the game. Fabini has started every contest as a rookie.
I can't remember this place being this loud.
We've been here a lot. I've never heard it like this. And Jimmy Johnson asked for this. Blitz. Testaverde and Johnson can't hold it. Got a hand on it. The Dolphin defense has been almost invisible at home. Taylor, the leading playmaker among the starters with 8.5 sacks. The linebackers have great speed. Thomas, the leading tackler, a Pro Bowler in waiting. The secondary forces turnovers. Buckley and Madison each have 7 of the team's 26 interceptions. Jason Taylor, the right defensive end, only 248 pounds, gets it done with speed. Martin, nothing. Zach Thomas.
A big key in this game is going to be the ability of Zach Thomas to make plays. In the first game, Kevin Mawai really handled him. But in this case, Zach made the play.
And Zach told us yesterday he was embarrassed the way he played. Number 54, watch this. Dwight goes out, he gets rid of him, and makes the tackle in the hole for no gain. Look at this play. He was really embarrassed. I have never seen
season for Zach Thomas. Vinny throws complete to the sideline. Dedrick Ward at midfield. A gain of 19.
Dedrick Ward does a nice job against Sam Madison. What he does is he manages to have the time to be able to throw the football. Here come the Dolphins. They're coming after Vinny. Nice job by that offensive line catching up on people. Now here's the throw. Ball's out before Ward gets his head around. The defender has no chance to make a play.
First down, Jets. Midfield. Martin on the toss sweep. Blockers in front. Curtis Martin picks up 6 to the Miami 44. Kenny Mixon came back to make the tackle. Words exchanged after the first game between these two, and Keyshawn Johnson was right in the middle of it as usual. He is 6th in the NFL this year, putting up some good numbers, including 9 touchdown passes. He really went after Buckley and Madison in the secondary, and they are going to be locked up all night long, wolfing at each other. Toss sweep the other side. No place to go this time. Brock Marion and Jason Taylor.
Jason Taylor may be finished at 249, but I'm going to tell you one thing. This guy can move. He gets outside. If you're going to run a sweep, why would you want to run a sweep at his side? Watch how quick he is. He gets it. Brady's trying to block him, the tight end. He gets inside of him and then makes the tackle on Curtis Martin. Look at this move back inside. That's just speed and strength.
3rd and 9. Comes the blitz. Flag is down. Then he throws incomplete. Intended for Trebek. Brock Marion was right there. Now we'll check the marker.
Prior to the snap. Ball start. Offense, number 69. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Mike, I want to show you what the Dolphins want to do to Vinny Testaverde. They're putting a lot. Look at these people. Look at the line of scrimmage. You've got almost everybody on the line of scrimmage trying to put pressure on Vinny. They are going to make him get rid of the football quick, and they're just going to be in the hip pockets of these receivers. George Hill has decided, their defensive coordinator, I'm going after him. There's George.
George was about the only one that wasn't out there.
He said, hey, look, we're going to play what we play. We know we didn't play well in the first game as a team. We're lining up and do what we do, and that's going after him.
But again, defense is not a problem here.
Neither is crowd noise. Screen knocked down, almost picked off by Taylor.
You know, you could just see when you're watching the Miami Dolphins and talking to these guys, they were embarrassed the first time they played this team. And they're not going to be embarrassed tonight. Jason Taylor, watch this. You want to see athletic abilities? Look at this. Up in the air.
Jumbo Elliott tries to cut him, and then when he can't cut him, he tries to trip him, and he still can't get him on the ground.
What a great job by Jason Taylor. Nearly had the pick. John Kidd to punt to McDuffie. Cannon shot and put it in the end zone. Crushed it 54 yards, but Miami will take over at the 20 when we come back. Scoreless first quarter. Challenged the fans of the Miami Dolphins this week, telling them they had not been loud enough, and he really wanted to hear it at Pro Player Stadium tonight. Well, they have responded. We've never heard it this loud here. Dolphins take over at their own 20, their second possession of the night. Jabbar. Jimmy Johnson started this season totally committed to the run with the new offense. They have remained committed to it, but it hasn't been terribly successful.
Well, I think what you do is you do that through the course of a season. You want to make your team tougher, and the best way to win in this league is to run the football. But I think you get down into crunch games, you get into games that you need, you do what you do best, and that's put the ball in the hands of Dan Marino.
Brent Smith has come into the lineup on the offensive line. Marino throws to the outside. McDuffie, what a catch.
This is just two guys that they're playing throw and catch together all year long. And O.J. McDuffie, the move he makes inside, and then he comes right back outside. But watch where the ball is. Boom, inside, back to the outside. Perfect throw.
Does a nice job of planning. Dan gets the good protection. Now, he knows that O.J.'s going to be outside, so that's where he throws the ball. Mickens, of course, is in there for Aaron Glenn at the corner.
Jabbar off right guard, cuts it outside, then comes back and picks up a couple to the 35. In the first meeting between these teams, the wide receivers were accused by the Jets of being lost, of not knowing what they were doing. They had been confused by the defense. The wide receivers as a group made 5 catches in the first inning.
And not to make any excuses for him, and they wanted to say this, but the footing was really terrible. You'd see him slipping and sliding when you watch the film. They don't have that problem tonight, so there are no excuses if they don't win.
Dragged down at the 39-yard line. Brian Conley got it from behind. The Jets playing tonight without their star corner, Aaron Glenn, who sprained his right ankle a week ago. Bill Belichick going with Ray Mickens at the corner.
Boy, has he done a terrific job for Parcells with that secondary. I mean, he's moved a lot of people around. He continues to challenge them. And I think that's probably the most improved area of the Jets is their defensive secondary under Bill Belichick.
That guy's brilliant. I mean, he is absolutely brilliant.
Bill Parcells would agree. Marino on third and short. Throws underneath. The catch made and a first down to Nate Jaquette.
You want to get on Dan Marino's good side. Jaquette just took one step forward. He might have missed the first one early, but this one he does a real nice job of working to get open and giving Dan a chance to throw the ball. Watch this lower part of the screen. Good protection. Danny sets, fires it. He comes back to the ball.
You think Brian Cox isn't fired up? Watch this. He's rushing the passer. Now watch who's the tackle. Look at this. Hello. That's like 8 yards downfield.
You could never accuse the guy throughout his career of not hustling. He will give you everything he's got in the tank. Marino just throws that one away. Juggled the snap and messed up the timing.
You know, we asked Marino about Jaquette, number 19, Nate, the guy he threw the ball to that dropped it.
And then caught it.
I said, you know, what about this guy? He said, I don't know. You know anything about him? He said, I'm only throwing him one pass.
He's had one catch coming into tonight's game. One.
I mean, that's honest, though. You know, Dan, look at it, you're like, what do you want me to say about him? I don't know anything about him.
Well, you got to know, you got to realize he's had to catch the football. He comes out of San Diego State. And you know he's going to be able to catch the football. It's just a question of how comfortable he gets with Dan.
He was drafted by Indianapolis a year ago and then released. Second and 10, Jabbar. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to the 34, a gain of 16.
That's a wonderful call.
What a hole.
It's a wonderful call, too, because what happens is you wind up spreading the field and then letting Jabbar pick and choose where he wants to go. Watch the right guard. There's Donnelly. They're going to create this hole so Jabbar has a chance to go someplace. He kicks out. They sorely missed him, but look at the drive block he puts on and then buries him. Look at that hole. Now Kareem can go anywhere he wants up the field.
The last 2 weeks, he's had the 3 longest runs of his career. He is starting to break a few. Jabbar again, outside. Picks up 9 to the 26. Ferguson is back for the Jets.
Take a look at Jabbar. Watch the blocking up front. You have people that are on the ground, and this is something they did not do in the first game. You start putting white shirts on the ground, there are holes there to run.
Offense, number 19, 10-yard penalty. Repeat the down, first down.
Well,
Back in the doghouse.
Well, they called it on Nate Jaquette, and I want to tell you, all he's doing is locking up with the defensive back and just staying in contact with him. You know, watch number 19. All right, he's on Mickens. They're pushing. They're shoving. Yeah, he grabbed them inside. Good call. Good call.
You can push and shove. You can't pull.
For a long time.
First and 16. That looked like it was tipped.
Johnson is going to come on the blitz at Dan Marino. They bring a lot of different people inside. Watch number 52. He manages to just tip it, but he doesn't slow the ball down. Gadsden comes back to make the play.
Does that surprise you? Doesn't slow the ball down?
Look at that thing. Just goes off his finger. Gadsden does a nice job of coming back to the ball.
Aronde Gadsden's last job was with the Portland Forest Dragons of the Arena League. Know him well. Jabbar on the draw. Sunday Night Football next week with a battle between the NFL's elite, the AFC Central leading Jacksonville Jaguars, take on Randy Moss and the Vikings. Join Joe Theismann, Paul McGuire, and me right after prime time at 8:15 Eastern. ESPN and ABC, your exclusive networks for primetime NFL football.
We caught another one today, you know. Number 84 for Minnesota.
Oh, yeah.
Jacksonville's going to need that one.
Oh.
They had one get away against Tennessee today.
They may need Mark Brunell. Play action by Marino. Throws a strike inside to Thomas, gets to the 9, first and goal.
I'll tell you what, he is really hot tonight, and the blocking up front is all that Marino wants. When you have this much time, and this guy, the best thrower in the game, watch the blocking up front, Joe. It is absolutely superb.
Lamar Thomas goes down. He just finds a soft hole, lets the linebackers flow. Now he does a good thing here. He's not going to get cute, protect the ball, and get down on the ground.
Lamar Thomas with a career-high 30 catches. McDuffie and Gadsden go to the far side on first and goal. Jabbar caught around the ankles and brought down. A saving tackle by Ernie Logan, the veteran out of East Carolina.
It is a saving tackle because Stanley Pritchett, number 36, the fullback, had already gone through the hole. And if Jabbar's behind him, he scores because Pritchett's all the way down by the 2-yard line. So that time Logan makes it really saves a touchdown.
All of the defensive line starters are new to the team under Bill Parcells. Nobody left 2 years ago. Second and goal from the 7. Marino in the flat and dropped right in the hands of Ed Perry.
Mike, the one thing you have to understand, if you play with Dan Marino, if you don't get your head around in a hurry, you just can't pick the ball up. Because Dan's going to set quick and fire. Watch him pull the trigger. It's coming right at us. He's set, he fires it out. Ed really doesn't get a chance to get his hands up to make the catch. Look at the speed of this ball. Hits him right in the face. Ball hits him right in the face. He doesn't have a chance to get his hands up.
This is the 14th play of the drive. Third and goal, Marino to the shotgun. Blitz. Too high for Jaquette. Kevin Williams on the coverage for the New York Jets.
I'll tell you, for a guy he doesn't know that much about, he's throwing the ball to him an awful lot.
In about another 3 minutes, it's going to be real close. It's going to know him real well.
So the field goal team will come on as the Dolphins have an impressive drive but can't force the ball in the end zone. And Olindo Mate will try a 25-yard field goal. He's missed only 4 all year. Roll those R's. 4 years of Spanish, Fred. Mate knocks it through, and the Miami Dolphins break on top in a battle for first in the AFC East. 3-0 Dolphins. Sunday Night Football is brought to you by Bex, the best of what Germans do best. By United Airlines. United is rising. By 1-800-COLLECT, the easy way to save. By Isuzu. We don't make cars because life is too big for cars. And by Sony. The skyline of Miami on a beautiful December evening, and the Dolphins have jumped to a 3-0 lead. Mate will kick it off after a 25-yard field goal gives his club the advantage. Kevin Williams now back with Leon Johnson. Williams from the 2. Dehorned at the 18. Derek Rogers, one of the first guys downfield. Timeout. Jets tonight, starting fullback Keith Byers, who has a non-displaced fracture in his left arm and can't play this evening. Byers, the leading receiver in NFL history for running backs, and an excellent blocker as well. Vinny dumps it over the middle to Keyshawn Johnson. 35-yard line, first down. Brock Marion with the tackle after a gain of 18.
Keyshawn Johnson has really stepped his game up this year. He's got 65 catches and 9 touchdowns. In this case, what you want to do is, if they're pressing, make them chase you. Madison lets him go. Keyshawn runs right underneath and winds up turning up the field. Brock Marion's got to make the play.
This is 66th catch of the year.
That's what Vinny has done so well, is just dump the ball underneath.
Vinny again. This one tipped the second time by Jason Taylor.
Jason Taylor has to be just a little bit careful. That time Matt O'Dwyer tried to block him, but he has a tendency to get really fired up.
Well, I mean, he's got great timing. Watch what he does here. When O'Dwyer doesn't come out to attack him, so Jason Taylor just sits at the line of scrimmage, looks at Vinny, and then hits O'Dwyer in the mouth.
Taylor's very lucky he didn't get a flag on that one. Trace Armstrong, the pass rushing specialist, in for Miami, 93. And he puts the pressure on Vinny, who throws incomplete. Keyshawn couldn't hold that one.
You know, the one thing about talking to Keyshawn yesterday and all the things that have been written and said about this guy, I love his attitude, because when you talk to him about corners, Joe, he doesn't care. I don't care who you put out there. And because I feel I'm the best player on the field.
And he's playing for the best coach. When you know, if Bill Parcells is the type of guy who allows guys to be themselves, a Brian Cox, a Keyshawn Johnson, he just asks them to produce on the field.
The Jets have put themselves in tough spots. 3rd and 9, 3rd and 14, now 3rd and 10. Vinny double clutches Wayne Corbett. 30, 20. Taken out of bounds inside the 15 by Brian Walker. 52 yards.
You know, everybody talks about Keyshawn, and I said to him, I said, what about Corbett? He just smiled.
Well, he basically said, hey, look, he's the guy who can put a stake in your heart. He's inside the slot. Now he just comes across Brock Marion's face. He's got no help. He goes between Zach Thomas and Brock Marion with the big gain.
All right, Jumbo Elliott. He's blocking on Jason Taylor. Look, he gets his hands. If you get into Jumbo Elliott, he's going to hold you.
First down, Jets at the Miami 13. The Dolphins are in 6.7 points a game. The Jets only had 10 men on the field. And Vinny couldn't get the 11th one on in time. Timeout, New York. And still the only undefeated team in the history of the National Football League. The 1972 Dolphins. Here's Don Shula in his box. And Don will be joining us in the booth at halftime to talk about the Denver game today and the fact that his 72 fish are still the only ones with a perfect record.
Still the only fish on the wall with a 0 next to it.
Running the ball.
Corbett, touchdown! The perfect mismatch. You get a wide receiver matched up on a linebacker. Robert Jones, 250 pounds. He can't stay with Wayne Corbett. That was the play that was called before, but Corbett went out after the big catch. He starts out, and Robert just can't stay with him. Then he does a nice job of just laying the ball up there and letting Wayne go get it.
Well, Robert Jones has no chance against Wayne Corbett. You can phone that one in. Call for the point after. Vinny Testaverde with only 5 interceptions this year. This is his 23rd touchdown strike. 7-3 Jets. On that drive, a 52-yard catch and run, and then the touchdown grab. Hall with a huge kickoff. Beautiful play. play design by Bill Parcells.
Terrific play design, Mike, and quite often what you look for are mismatches against your players against the defense. I want to show you. That is Kyle Brady, the tight end. That is Wayne Quebec. That is Robert Jones, a linebacker. That is Terrell Buckley, a cornerback. The Dolphins do not flop their corners. Buckley will always play on the right side, Madison on the left. Now you got Buckley covering Kyle Brady, and you wind up with Robert Jones having to try and stay with Wayne Quebec. It's a beautiful call just from a formation design to get the mismatch.
And I'm sure we'll see it again and see how the Dolphins adjust to it. Richmond Webb is back in the lineup at left tackle for Miami. Playing with that bad tricep. Marino throws over the middle, McDuffie to the 31, first down. Hope you'll be with ESPN Tuesday night at 7:30 Eastern for the ESPY nomination show. Join Stuart Scott from the ESPN Zone in Baltimore as he announces the nominees for this year's ESPY Award. He'll also have special taped appearances by the following acclaimed actors. Samuel Jackson hosted this year's show, and Will Smith, while baseball star Eric Davis joins Stuart live. The ESPY nomination show, Tuesday at 7:30 from the Zone in Baltimore. Jabbar, head down, leaning forward, fights out to the 34 where Ernie Logan made the stop.
Boy, I'll tell you, Ernie Logan makes a great play. He's inside on Richmond Webb, and Richmond Webb is trying to drive Ernie Logan down, but Ernie Logan goes the whole way down the line of scrimmage and makes a tackle on the other side of the ball. Watch number 93 in white. 78 is Richmond Webb. Now watch what he does. He pushes Webb all the way down. He's in the hole and makes a tackle on the other side of the ball.
The Dolphins will not attempt to get off another play as the first quarter clock winds down. The winner of tonight's game clinches a spot in the playoffs. Right now, it's 7-3 New York. We talked to Bill Parcells in August after he had signed Vinny Testaverde. A lot of people didn't think it was a good fit, not his kind of quarterback. Bill's smarter than all the rest of us, isn't he?
Well, yeah, he is. He compared him to Jim Plunkett. I got another Jim Plunkett.
Well, the reason why is he felt like Vinny Testaverde had really tried to throw the ball outside in his career. That's really what he was asked to do. Now, all of a sudden, under Bill's system, he just drove the point home to him. He said, listen, Vinny, dump the ball to the backs, throw the ball to the tight ends, allow the defense to work for you, and allow the players around you to make plays. And that's what he's done. He's become very disciplined in that philosophy.
Vinny had been with a lot of bad teams for a lot of years. It's different now. Marino back to work over the middle. Out to the 39 to Lamar Thomas out of the University of Miami. Brian Cox with the tackle. And Cox hearing it from the fans.
Every time they mention his name, they all boo. And that just fires him up a little bit more.
I was just going to say, all he wants to hear is as much booing as possible. Hey, he brings a lot of intensity to a game.
Sometimes too much. Third and a yard. Marino goes to the shotgun. Four-man rush. Throws to the outside, incomplete. Intended for Jaquette. And the Dolphins will have to punt it away.
That's a case where the Jets decide what they want to do. Is they know Dan Marino wants to get the ball to O.J. McDuffie. So you automatically double up on McDuffie, which is security blanket, and then you make him go someplace where he's just not quite as comfortable, and the receiver's not as comfortable with Dan.
And Dan does not have the receivers other than McDuffie, who can get separation from people. He has a very small window of opportunity. Leon Johnson comes up, makes a late fair catch signal, muffed it, fought to get it back, and no signal as yet. New York football after a punt of 35. Leon Johnson got a break. Came up late on the ball, then the late fair catch signal, and couldn't come up with it. Jerry Wilson was right in his face and nearly had it. ESPN Sunday Night Football is brought to you by Levi's. What's true? By Circuit City. Answers in every department. Low prices all over the store. By Pennzoil. Specially formulated for today's stop-and-go driving. Stop, go, Pennzoil. By First Union, your guide to the financial world. And by Zales, the Diamond and Holiday Gift Store. Jets with a football and a 7-3 lead. Draw play, Curtis Martin. A yard, and that's it. This defense, number 6 against the run in the NFL, number 4 against the pass. Only the Packers have a defense with 2 units ranked that high.
Well, the one thing about the Miami defense, and everybody talks about it, it's the 2 big guys in the middle, Bowles and Gardner. And these guys are huge, 95 and 92.
At home, only 6.7 points a game. They've given up 7 tonight. 3 touchdowns, total yards only 209, and they've taken the ball away 13 times in their home game.
Vinny for Quebec.
Buckley made the tackle, but a perfectly thrown ball dropped in right over his shoulder.
You had 11 defensive players, 10 defensive players within the line of scrimmage, and 1 corner was off 4 yards. Quebec does an excellent job. These routes are won at the line of scrimmage. Buckley's on him. He's off the ball and gives himself a little bit of room. Manages to get around, give Vinny a chance to throw the football. There it is right there. Look at that. Everybody right there, and there's the one that's off.
Wayne Quebec plays like every play is his last play. Curtis Martin shakes a couple of tacklers, dives forward to the 46.
You know, you look down on this field and you see the intensity of these guys. I mean, it is just incredible watching these guys. Every single movement, there's a purpose to it.
And, Paul, remember what Zach Thomas told us yesterday? I just don't like the Jets. This thing has turned into an old-fashioned McCoy and Hatfield feud. They really are beginning not to like one another. Jason Taylor echoed those same sentiments.
Testaverde out in the flat, got it to Johnson. He couldn't hold it, was covered by Derek Rogers, and there's a marker down.
It's going to be on Derek Rogers for holding Johnson. He latches on to him as soon as the play-action fake is made when he gets by him.
Because he knew he was beat. He had to grab him.
Defense, number 59. 5 yards. First down.
At Arizona State, Derek Rogers was a rush end he had never covered in his life, and they had to teach him pass coverage here in the pros.
Well, some of these guys taught him how to hold, which is part of pass coverage, huh?
You learn that when you pass rush. It's a carryover effect, Polly.
Probably the only guy that's ever reached the NFL after 4 years in touch football in the Air Force. Automatic first down for the Jets. Vinny throws to Brady, and Brady had Robert Jones draped all over him.
Boy, they were looking to throw a flag on that play.
Well, it'd be hard to. Vinny slips, actually, when he tries to make a throw. When he goes to plant, you're going to see his foot go right out from underneath him. There he is. There goes that left foot, just slides right out. Nobody ever really gets a clean shot at him.
Kenny Mixon, the rookie from LSU, was putting on the heat. Boy, nice defense by Robert Jones. Testaverde with the out to Brady. He'll pick up about 8 to the Miami 34. Brock Marion with the tackle.
What I've noticed the Jets have tried to do more than anything on first and second down when the Dolphins don't have their nickel package in. They've tried to split Brady out wide and bring either Keyshawn or Quebec inside, creating the mismatches. Now you've got a strong safety covering your tight end. Charlie Wise has done a terrific job of formationing the Dolphins into coverages that he wants.
And when those guys are in the slot, they're that much harder to press. Fred Baxter is in as the second tight end on 3rd and 3. Martin. Brock Marion with a big tackle and then help from Derek Rogers. They combined to prevent Martin from getting the first down.
Brock Marion. You know, when you see Curtis Martin get to the outside, from where we're sitting, it looks like he's going to make it. But watch number 31 in the blue close. You don't see him now, you will right about now. And Brock Marion gets there and really makes the play. That's outstanding. They're going to go for it on 4th down.
Derek Rogers does a nice job. Curtis is going to try and stretch for the stakes. Rogers won't let him.
This is Bill Parcells football. 4th and a yard. He's out to go.
Got to watch for Vinny and that sneak here.
Play action. Drops it off to his tight end. It's a first down to Fred Baxter. Parcells seems to look like at fourth down is, hey, it's just another down.
Well, it is absolutely a perfect down to run a play-action fake. And the reason why is you've got to respect the run. So everybody comes up. Watch the protect. Everybody comes up. All right, we think it's a run. The linebackers are up there. The line does a terrific job of selling it. Now look at the time Vinny has to look around. Baxter just slides out as an outlet.
First down Jets at the Dolphin 26. Martin. Curtis Martin to the 15. Nice block from Keyshawn Johnson on the corner. Lorenzo Bromell had to chase him down from behind.
When you're having a problem covering the pass, now they start throwing some runs at you and getting you blocking from your wide receivers like Keyshawn Johnson. Watch number 19 block here. And he says he loves it. He comes out, he blocks. Buckley, he blocks him to the outside, but you know, he really doesn't have to put him on the ground. Just really get in the way, and then Curtis Martin makes the play.
When you talk to Keyshawn, he makes the point. He says the toughest thing that I'm having to learn now is, because I'm in motion so much, is to recognize the force and figure out if I should block a corner like he did Buckley, or maybe turn on a backer or a safety or even an end.
Sometimes the guy in front of him is the guy he's not supposed to block. Impressive drive by the Jets. They have reached the Miami 16. Another 1st and 10. They already lead it 7-3. Screen to Martin. There's a flag down. It's in the backfield.
There's holding against the Jets.
In a game this close, normally the team that makes the fewest mistakes like this is the one that wins.
Holding. Offense. Number 69. 10-yard penalty. Repeat the down. First down.
Jason Fabini, the rookie right tackle out of Cincinnati.
What happens is you got a screen. That's Mixon coming up. He pulls him down. Well, Mixon just sort of goes on top of him, and they throw the flag. I'm not 100% convinced that you can call that holding with the contact that they make. He did do the right thing. You got to get the end hands down. He did that.
1st and 20. Too far for Johnson. He had beaten the linebacker, Robert Jones, but instead of getting some air under his Vinny line drive that one.
You're asking Robert Jones to do an awful lot.
Yes, you are.
You know, Leon Johnson is no slouch coming out of the backfield. He can move, and then you're asking a linebacker. First of all, they had him on Corbett, who beats him for the touchdown. Now you got number 52. He'll be on the left-hand side of your screen, covering Leon Johnson. Look at this.
Well, the thing, what it is, Paul, is it's the formations that are creating a problem. The wide receivers are clearing, so the only one left to cover the back is Robert Jones.
2nd and 20. Good protection for Vinny down the middle. Too high for Keyshawn Johnson. Covered well by Buckley.
I tell you, Keyshawn Johnson made that miss look very nice. It was a beautiful pirouette. Did a full.
Very seldom will you see Vinny Testaverde show any signs of emotion. That time, he's still steaming right now. In his own way, he is just absolutely livid with himself. He knows he has 2 wide-open receivers on the last 2 plays and have not been able to get him the ball.
Dedrick Ward comes in as a wide receiver. They also split Leon Johnson out. Another 3rd and long, 3rd and 20 this time. Draw play, Martin. Curtis Martin with room to run down to the 15-yard line. Brock Marion came up from the safety spot to make the tackle.
And when you run a play like that in 3rd and 20, you don't want to make any mistakes. What you're actually saying is we want to get a field goal. That's all we want. We want a field goal out of this. We don't want to make a mistake, turn the ball over, get an interception, and hope that Curtis Martin can break it. He doesn't. But that's just too far to think about running.
Kevin Mawai, again, does a real nice job on Zach Thomas. But you're right, Paul. When your defense is playing well, take the points and don't make a mistake.
John Hall, who's hit from 25, will try from 32. Block. It looked like Shane Burton was the man who
get the penetration. There they are, just pushing the front line through. Number 75, Shane Burton, gets that big mid up there and deflects it.
The 3-year veteran from Tennessee saves 3. Aerial cam high above Pro Player Stadium for ESPN's Sunday Night Football. It's the Jets on top of the Dolphins 7-3. Miami takes over after the blocked field goal. Marino throws, and Pritchett never got his head around. Marino was under a lot of pressure as the Jets came right through.
That's one of those deals where you're a fullback. You're coming out of it. You've got to read blitz. You've got to know that you're going to be the hot receiver.
You can't really hold Pritchard at fault because Dan wants to get it off. But here's his head right there. Now watch the ball come out. There's his head. He doesn't even have a chance. Now he turns around and looks as the ball bounces on the ground. He still hasn't seen the ball. Still doesn't know where it quite is.
Well, one of these guys is going to get knocked down an ear hold.
Well, that time Danny had to get rid of it a little quicker than he wanted to.
Marino short set again. Perry. And a whole lot of Dolphins converge on Curtis Martin at the 27, led by Kenny Mixon.
We are really seeing defensive linemen on both sides of both teams making sensational plays. Kenny Mixon that time, here's a guy out in the play, number 79, the defensive end, and he's the one that really messes this play up. He doesn't have to make the tackle. Watch what Kenny Mixon does, number 79, left-hand side of your screen. Watch what he does. He gets out into the play, and once he gets out right there, he just gets some help from the rest of his teammates, and they converge.
Trace Armstrong comes in for Mixon at left defensive end on 3rd and 5. Vinny over the middle, Corbett first down near the 40.
I think I'd cover him better on 3rd down.
I think they're trying. Again, the formation now doesn't put him on a linebacker. It puts him on Brock Marion, a safety, which in all instances should be a mismatch. You see him inside with the formation. Marion's got to cover him. He just cruises on in the middle, gives Vinny a nice lane to throw to, and makes the reception.
Wayne Corbett with 4 catches for 99 yards. He's just gone over 1,000 for the season. Martin, nothing. Shane Burton was in on the stop that time, had him around the shoulders. Mixon had him low.
Well, if I'm Martin, I go back and I talk to the offensive coordinator. Can we run me wide? can we just get me outside the end?
And if I was the coordinator, I would say to you, Curtis.
No, you're not.
They're so fast, or else you could say Charlie White. They're so quick with their linebackers and their outside people, it's hard to run outside. We're going to have to try and pound the middle.
2nd and 10. Another 4 wide receiver set. Blitz. Flag is down. The pass is incomplete, intended for Corbett. Buckley was all over.
This is going to be motion against the Jets.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense number 76, 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
Crowd's got to get involved in that one. There's a situation where you have some crowd noise, and this is the thing that Jimmy Johnson wanted to hear. He travels to places like Buffalo where he can't hear anything. He knows it can help his defense out, and that's exactly what happened that time.
2:46 and counting. First half. 7-3 Jets. Vinny going for Dedrick Ward, and that was perfectly covered by Sam Madison. Jimmy Johnson says he is giving him the best cornerback play he has ever had in his career.
Well, you know, and when the coach tells you that this guy is a great player, 7 interceptions, and watch this coverage of Dedrick Ward, you can't get any better than this. Now, there's a little hand fighting by both of them. They let him get away with that, and wait till the last second and then go for the ball.
I'll tell you, both of Miami's corners, Terrell Buckley and Sam Madison, are playing at a Pro Bowl caliber.
They sure are.
Both of them have 7 interceptions. Both of them are put on an island all the time to make plays.
And there was another formation where they got the isolation they wanted. 3rd and long, Vinny throws over the middle. There is another flag down.
If I'm Jimmy, I refuse this one if it's holding.
It's holding.
You want to get the ball.
It will be well short of a first down.
He's going to decline this one. Yep.
Either that or hands to the face.
Illegal use of the hands. Offense, number 70, hands to the face. Penalty is declined. Fourth down.
Matt O'Dwyer, the right guard, who was called for the penalty.
And he knew it right away. I mean, he shook his head. He put his head down. He knew.
Brings up fourth down. They'll have to punt it away with 2:20 to go in the half, and O.J. McDuffie drops deep for the punt of John Kidd. Low line drive. Muffed. Back with him was Buckley, and it was kicked to Buckley's side of the field. He was the short man. Lost the ball, but got it back after a punt of only 37 yards. Halftime report. Chris Berman will be along with the fastest 3 minutes in television. You will see the Broncos lose their first, and Don Shula will join us here in the booth to talk about his 72 Dolphins. Huge game. Paul Tagliabue has joined us tonight, the commissioner of the National Football League.
Can't do anything. He's just going to sit there because he can't root for either team.
Oh, he can enjoy it, though. Bernie Parmalee is in Miami's lineup. Marino under pressure. Cox the first man to hit him again. Brian Cox gets in for the second time on Dan Marino.
And they're going to have to help out Brent Smith a little bit on the left side because Brian Cox again does a job on getting to Marino.
You don't think Brian Cox is enjoying this? Against his former team, he has made 2 impact plays in the first half. 2-minute warning. Two minutes left in the first half. The Jets over the Dolphins 7-3. Mike Patrick, Joe Theismann, Paul McGuire, Solomon Wilcots, all with you from Pro Player Stadium in Miami. The last sack, Cascadden and Mo Lewis got credit for a half sack each. Brian Cox, the man who caused it. Marino rifles it over the middle, caught by Nate Jaquette. He'll be a couple of yards shy of the first down. Kevin Williams in on the stop, the clock running.
Keep making catches like that, young man, and he'll keep throwing the ball to you.
Dolphins with all 3 timeouts left, facing a 3rd and 3. And Marino gets the completion to keep the drive alive up to the 42. McDuffie with yet another catch, and Miami uses a timeout with 1:16 left.
Dan Marino in this situation. I think Belichick's going to have to bring some safeties and just take a chance and go one-on-one on O.J. McDuffie, because if not, McDuffie is going to find the hole, and Marino's going to find McDuffie.
1:16 to go in the half. The Dolphins have 2 timeouts left. Movement up front. Looked like Tim Ruddy, the center, rocked back a little bit. And then the Jets came across.
What Dan is saying is that his guys reacted to the defensive movement.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense, number 68. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Calling on Mike Sheldon, who is in there for Kevin Donnelly, who started at right guard, 2 weeks removed from arthroscopic surgery. And Sheldon not on the field right now. Donnelly is in there unless he substituted on this play. They called it on Sheldon.
He moved on the sidelines.
It's usually not a penalty. Comes the blitz. Marino to Parmalee, and Bernie Parmalee up to the 43-yard line.
Dan's going to want to save his 2 timeouts. Got about a minute left, 60 seconds or so.
It was Marino's first completion to a running back tonight. Another blitz. Marino double pumps and just throws it away.
I like the fact that the Jets are blitzing him in this situation because it's forcing him to make a decision right away.
That's right. I'm thinking if Belichick goes zone against Marino, he's going to eat you up. You got to go after him and put pressure on him. In this case right now, I think that Dan's going to try and find O.J. McDuffie. Here comes Victor Green from the outside. Dan sees him. He tries to unload it, doesn't have enough time to hold on to it. I would try and get the ball to O.J. McDuffie in the middle of the field or get Gadsden matched up one-on-one with one of those smaller corners.
Another blitz. Parmalee with a good block to pick it up. And the pass short of McDuffie, couldn't make the grab at the Jet 47. Ray Mickens was right there with him.
Boy, I'll tell you, Parmalee makes a great play. What a block he puts on.
He makes a great block on the blitzer. Here comes Victor Green again. 30 is Bernie Parmalee. He sets him up. Dan just doesn't get this one outside as far as he wants to O.J. McDuffie. You got to figure that's his security blanket. That's where he's going in these situations.
So the Dolphins have to punt, and Dedrick Ward goes deep, standing at his own 12. End over end. Ward comes up, can't get it. And this will die at the 14-yard line with 32 seconds to go in the half. Find out what NFL stars are heading for Hawaii this Wednesday at 8:30 Eastern on the Pro Bowl Selection Show. Join Mike Tirico, Tom Jackson, and Jim Kelly for highlights, analysis, and interviews with this year's AFC and NFC squads. The Pro Bowl Selection Show, Wednesday at 8:30 Eastern. Vinny made it in 96. But you think he's going back?
Well,
I do.
You know what's ironic is the Pro Bowl ballots for the fans are printed up in the beginning of the year. Glenn Foley's name is on it. Vinny Testaverde's name is not on the fan ballot. By the way, you can write it in.
You may write it in. And the Jets are going to take the lead to the locker room. 7-3 is just fine with Bill Parcells. Two tremendous defenses and a 7-3 halftime score.
There's a guy that played a great first half. Brian Cox got one sack, was responsible for another.
Been a tremendous addition to this ball club. Keyshawn Johnson says if you want to be a big-time player, you have to come up in big-time games. The end of the first half, the score 7-3 Jets. Now let's join Chris Berman for the Toyota halftime report.